Let's talk 5 easy ways that you can declutter your home. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today we're talking some easy ways that you can declutter your home. So these are strategies that I came up with as I was working through my home, and they really made a difference to how easy it became when I was decluttering. Because before I felt quite overwhelmed, I felt like there was too much stuff to deal with, too much clutter, and I didn't really know where to start. So these strategies really do make a difference when you're decluttering. And these steps will help you declutter like a pro. Let's get straight into it. Tip number 1 is you need to declutter smart. That means organise as you go. You need to have containers for different categories of items as you go. So you need a bag for rubbish. Straight into a bin bag is my best tip, because if you don't do that, you then end up having to move it again into a bin bag. So my suggestion is a rubbish bag straight away for broken items that can't be recycled. You might have a separate box for recycling, a box for donations, and a box for items to sell. And then anything you keep, you're just going to put in a pile, because those are items that you're going to put back in your space. By making these different piles and categorising as you go, it doesn't mean you have a big job to do at the end of your decluttering session. So you can stop any time at this point, because things are already contained. And if you need to pause, you've got things ready to get back to at another time. You've got a box ready to put aside somewhere for donations, and you've got a box of items that you want to start listing to sell. So it means that you're kind of already there with your organisation, and you don't have to then move things again. I think one of the errors that I see quite often when people are trying to declutter when I'm working alongside somebody is that they just move things to different places rather than putting them in the categories as they go, because then they come across that item again and have to remember where they wanted that item to be or what they were doing with it. So it just means that you're not going to go back over items as well. Tip number 2 is little acts of decluttering. As you know, I share a monthly video with little acts of decluttering that you can do every day on your own and work through and help go through the clutter. I think starting small is the best place to start, especially when you're overwhelmed with stuff and you don't really know what to do. It just means that you're just going to do that little area, get it all done how you want it, and that area is completed. So doing one drawer is complete, doing one surface, it's complete. And then you're not then just moving around from space to space or feeling like you're not achieving something, because actually you have done something. And I share a calendar that you can get on my website, declutteryourlife.co.uk. So it's a free calendar with all the little acts mapped out for the month that you can download and put up, and you can tick them as you go. I also share my little acts of decluttering on my social media channels, declutter.your.life, and I share the daily little reminders for you to follow along if you want them. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. So whichever your preferred social media platform is, I am there. This method is really key for getting you started and stop you from feeling overwhelmed. So it's a really easy strategy to get going with that decluttering strategies and that decluttering mindset. And once you get used to that, you'll realise that you can do more than one task in a day, but it's just building up those decluttering decision making, that confidence in your decision making and your mindset around things. The more you declutter, the easier it becomes. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a like, a thumbs up, and press subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I try and upload maybe once or twice a week so that I can share different strategies with you, and I'm going to try and do some more decluttering videos. I have done a lot of decluttering of my home, but I feel like I could go more minimalist. So watch this space. I feel like I am going to be more ruthless. So if you want to know more, make sure you're subscribed and that you get the bell for notifications when I upload my next video. Any like, comment and share really does make a difference. My videos don't get seen by very many, so it really does help when people share things as well. Tip number 3 is to set a time limit. This one is fantastic for just getting going, just doing a little bit here and there. Whenever you find the time, you know that you can set whatever timer that you want, maybe 5, 10 or 30 minutes, and you just do what you can in that area. It's just a little blitz, it's whatever you can do, and there's no pressure of completing an area. It's just a case of, well, I've done some bits within that time, and I've dedicated that amount of time every day to do it. You want to do it regularly so that you're getting that momentum. But you might start with just doing 5 minutes so that you don't have the pressure of doing lots. And as you feel more comfortable, you might increase the timer as you go. It's helping you to focus in within that time and to be more efficient within that time. It's a really great strategy for having a little blitz of an area. Tip number 4 is to have a maybe box. This is very similar to like having a donation box. You could do either one really. So lots of people will have a box and they'll just have maybe written on it, and it's just a place to put things if you're not sure about decluttering. And the idea of the box is that once you put the item in the box, you're going to give it a time limit. Some people might say maybe 1 month or 3 months. And if you haven't reached for that item and grabbed it out of the box in that time, then chances are you could probably let it go. So it gives you that thinking space around an item where you're not quite sure. And it just means that you've still got a limit on it, but it's no pressure on it. So it means that you can come back to it at a later point and then you'll be in a better place to reflect on that item. And tip number 5 is to ask yourself some really crucial questions. Question number 1, could I live without it? Is it an essential for your daily life that you do need to have? Is it really crucial for your well-being, for your activities? Or is it something that you could actually live without? Do you actually go for that item? Do you reach for it? Have you used it recently? If not, then maybe that's an opportunity to let go. And a similar question, if this one's more appropriate, have you used it in the last 12 months? If you haven't used it in a whole cycle of a year, chances are you're not going to use it. That is a good way of reflecting on that item. You could also say, would I use it in the next 12 months? Is it possible that it might come up? If not, then you need to be honest with yourself and think, okay, maybe it's time to let go. It's a really easy way of assessing your connection with an item is to ask yourself those questions. So be ruthless when you are answering those questions, be honest with yourself, and that will help you free up some space within your home. Remember, decluttering is a journey, it's not the destination. You are on a journey with decluttering, and it will take time, it will take experience, and it will take those difficult moments to get through to the other side. So remember to celebrate those small victories and enjoy the process. Let me know in the comments how you get on with these different strategies. If you have your own favourite easy way of decluttering, let us know below so that we can all have a go. And I shall be back for more videos soon. Take care. Bye.